If I look like I was crying, I was crying. um, Initially, I was planning to record another video, and I hope I will later. But as of today, I feel like sharing something else. A few minutes ago, I completed the Coherence healing for pets. My dog. I have a video on my YouTube channel, the very first one, actually, about the pet's coherence. And I was going to talk about energy, actually, not the healing itself, though it is an amazing act of giving to our lovely pets. And it's not even giving, it's frankly speaking just allowing a specific type of energy to flow through you. Look at this face. Who is such a beautiful baby? You are. So, in May of this year, I started meditating. The purpose was, frankly speaking, to, first of all, calm down my mind. But second purpose was to find a job. I knew that I will be laid off, and I wanted to find something that will be, that will be a better opportunity for me, I guess. I love what I'm doing, but as a discipline. But a lot of things depends on project itself, on people who are surrounding you. So I was meditating to get the best outcome. Outcome was interesting. And back then I started reading the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I think it's an amazing book. Joe Dispenza is talking a lot about meditations and our brain chemistry, and he is doing his best to scientifically approach the results that they see after meditations. And I don't think science can explain a lot yet. We're way too far in our theories about the, how the world exists, what is that, who is who we are, what is our purpose. It feels like it will take quite some time for science to actually figure that out, unless AI will get involved. Then, I'm not sure if we have actually an AI, like a proper one yet. So, yeah, not the topic though. When I finished the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, I bought my first retreat to Mark Island in August. For August. I bought it in May, I think, or June, early. And I went to Mark Island, and that was crazy. Side note, I'm meditating daily since May. And May and June, I was hardcore focused on getting the job. But July 1st, I think, was my first official day at the company of my dreams. And in August, I had, late August, this retreat in Mark Island. Sometimes things are impacting you and you're not even logically can comprehend this impact. You can just see results of it. And I feel like Mark Island was one of such things. You definitely feel a lot of elevated emotions throughout the retreat, and I think that even if you have a profound experience in meditating, if you know all the theory and practice, retreats are the place where you can meet so much coherent energy that it will elevate you no matter what. And you also can help other people too, right? So, Marco Island retreat changed my life dramatically. To the point that I made a decision to leave my job. And the next retreat I attended was in October, and it was advanced retreat, pretty short. I also booked it in advance, so it was not like something that I planned, but coincidentally I left my job same time as I started the retreat. And I cannot say that this retreat was as good as the week-long at Marco. First of all, Marco Island is a warm location with a amazing sand beach, and I love ocean. Like, wow. So, no matter what, you cannot recreate it in Denver, and the retreat, advanced one, was in Denver. And second, the advanced retreat felt like a lot of theory and less practice. I don't know. Maybe my expectations after the Marco Island were too high. Maybe something else, but in any way, retreat gives you definitely an elevated emotion, elevated state. And when I returned to back home, my dog has been diagnosed with a brain mass, and the prognosis was like, you're done, guys. And it felt like, frankly speaking, the test of my belief system, because during those retreats we're doing the coherence healing. I don't think I have a right to talk about it much outside of the community, but this is a pretty powerful instrument. You can see a lot of testimonials on Joe Dispenza's official YouTube channel. There are over 800 videos. If you're curious and if you need some help, mental, physical, for your family members, for your pets, watch those testimonials. They might change your life dramatically. But yes, obviously, as far as my pet has been diagnosed, and I think it was, interesting chain of coincidences, because I just finished the retreat. We got diagnosis, and there were no option for us to do anything. Our vet initially gave us prednisolone and said, well, that's it. And consider the size of brain mass. We were not in a good situation at all. So I started doing all the meditations and everything possible, a little bit obsessively. I am doing a lot of things obsessively. And we did a lot of coherence healings. I found 2 groups. I've already mentioned that in first video, that are doing coherence healing for pets. And I started attending those groups meditations for healing for people and for pets, not only mine, but everyone else. And I think that this is the best way to stay in this state of mind that is absolutely awesome, gorgeous. I don't know how to describe this rainbow situation. Actually describe it way better than I can in words. And I am an engineer. I've been working as a product for past 7-8 years. My parents are physicists. Um, like, we don't have spiritual people. None of us are. But those meditations are bringing states of mind, states of body that I don't think I ever experienced before. And from the standpoint of physiology, it might be just our brains releasing drugs. Apparently, our brains are capable of releasing very hardcore drugs. And you feel this elevation and stuff. But you know, at the end of the day, when I was like, trying to justify or resolve the question, like how it correlates those meditations experience with what my description of the world is, I figured that we are living in the image of the world we are creating. Our brains do not even read information from receptors. They're predicting the information and after that confirming by the information from the receptors, right? So we're pretty much living in our brain's predictions. And as far as this is all brain work, and we can change chemistry, that means that it's pretty much on us to choose if we're living in a state of anger, in a state of anxiety, or in a state of joy, in a state of love. And if that's true, if this is all our choice, my choice is to be in this state of love. And those meditations are just crazy, crazy experience. When I started back in May, I started with my basic mindset where work hard, play hard. Such a bullshit, frankly speaking. From the standpoint even of someone who's working in IT for, 14, 15 years, work hard is not the right mindset at all. There are different definitions, but hard is a very wrong one. Don't do that to yourself. And I started my meditations with work hard. So I was doing like 1 hour a day, hardcore, sit down, do exercise. And also on retreats we were meditating like hours and hours, right? The longest meditation I had was something like 4.5 hours. And it felt like, achievement, I am anxious. I cannot sit for 5 minutes, but I'm capable of meditating for an hour. How cool am I? That's a lie. First of all, in meditation, we are going into change state of mind in lower brain waves and the time perceived differently. This 4.5 hours of meditation felt like, it's easy to compare it with a good movie. Recently, we've been watching the latest Avatar movie, and it's 3 hours something, I think. But for me, it's an engaging movie. So, can I tell that it was 3 hours something? No. I was inside of this movie. I was living through all the emotions and stuff, and I didn't notice time at all. Same with meditation, no matter how long it is. Some meditations do allow that state when you are so engaged that you do not notice time at all. And I always thought that those are best meditations, quality meditations. And Joe Dispenza always tells that there is no such thing as bad meditation. The most important thing is overcoming your old self, not being in a deep state or having visions. No, just do one step that makes you better than you were before. And I still couldn't get rid of this idea that meditation is something that's supposed to be long, deep, with experiences, visions. For those who are not meditating, I can explain a little bit that obviously you do not need to see with eyes open. You do not have to have your eyes open in order to see something, right? Because, like, for example, in dreams, we are seeing pictures. Obviously, our eyes are closed. So our brains are capable of creating images without getting the signals, the light waves through our eyes. And in meditations, there are a lot of such things. And I think in overall that deep meditation quite often in a state of that transition between reality and a dream. If you be into that state when you're exhausted and you're closing your eyes and you see part of the dream already, but you're still kind of awake. That happened to me like when I cannot sleep, like I am in the airport or moving, like doing something right important, and I cannot sleep, but my body is exhausted, my mind is exhausted, and it's trying to fall asleep. And this vision of dreams and reality is kind of a mixing. So yeah, quite often in state of meditations, there are a lot of pictures, and not for everyone. Some people are prone to more visual stuff, some for more informational stuff. I have more tendency to have thoughts rather than images. But in any way, I think majority will see colors, patterns, or even somewhat extended scenarios. And some might name it as a mystical experience. Some are just functions of our brains, like dreaming, right? Doesn't matter. It's just experience as it is. We don't have to judge it necessarily. But today's meditation was something that reminded me that all of this stuff is just not the goal, I guess. 2 p.m. Fridays, 2 p.m. CST. We do have coherence healing for animals. And I was lost in time. I didn't notice that it was already 2:15, I think, when I figured that I'm late. And anyway, I decided to join if they are allowing to. I hope they were not distracted with me entering the conference, but I did it anyway. I felt like I have to. This is part of my routine now that I feel keep me floating, even in case of a very bad day, or whatever happens. I feel like it is mandatory for me to attend those sessions in order to keep my state, and also in order to hopefully help others. But my reasons are very egocentric. I need this state. So I was late. I was at least 15 minutes late, or even more. At some point of meditation, and usually we're doing guided meditations by Joe Dispenza, but as far as I joined late, it was kind of a small piece of meditation that left, and after that, more of, the state of relaxation. I would say. And I just focused on those animals and tried to feel positive emotions, gratitude, love. And at some point, I just started sobbing like crazy. And I felt that I love this life. I love this world. I love this blue sky. I love everyone on this Zoom call. I love all the pets. I am so blessed with this life, with this weather, like everything. Everything that captured my attention at that point was so good. I was just sitting and crying my eyes out. And when the meditation ended, coherence healing ended, not meditation necessarily. I look at the time and it was 2:33. Less than 15 minutes in this community, in this session, made me feel way, way, way better than any meditation that I did lately. And I did all the sorts of like 30 minutes, hour, hour and a half, everything. I did this heart of magnet meditation, which was, I don't know, not my thing, I guess. But very long one. 15 minutes. And I feel like I can just sit here and cry because I love this life. That is crazy. That is crazy how 15 minutes can dramatically impact people. Yeah, this is basically the thought that I was trying to deliver. Sorry for a little bit of a long chat. But I feel that a lot of people are on the same page with me, where they think that the longer meditation, the more you devote yourself, the better. And you know what? It doesn't work anywhere at all. Like, no matter what you're trying to work hard on, doesn't give you results. It brings you some results, but it will never bring you as good results as devoting the state of mind into what you're doing. So it is always emotions and state of mind, and not number of hours or mental, physical energy you're putting into things that you're doing. Never. Those two can even be compared to each other. And I definitely can say this works for yourself. For me, for example, I feel like it's an amazing example of sports. Majority of my life, I've been working in office. And I felt blessed always. I loved my job. But with that job, first of all, stable income. Second, a very specific type of community, more of a younger people. I work in gaming. And a lot of stress. People are overwhelmed with the amount of tasks. So naturally, everyone are overeating, drinking. Almost everyone do have problems with dependencies and weight. And I had this issue with excessive weight. I never been, obsessed with how I look, but more obsessed with, not even obsessed, but I worried always more about my health. And obviously, obesity is well, very harmful. And I was trying to hack this sports system. Like, what can I do to make myself do sports? And I could not. Like, I tried millions of times to go to the gym, to do exercise at home, and I keep it consistent. I figured that actually there is a system that works and it's very helpful. But if we will flip this idea from work hard on your goals, and the goal is losing weight, especially oh my god, what is the name of the fat on the organs? I forgot. In any way, that type of fat. When I switched thought process from making myself do sports into what kind of activity can make me move more, but not feel like I'm pressured to actually do sports. For example, I know a lot of people who truly enjoy paddle, or is it paddle? Tennis, for example, right? I love golf. Doesn't help. But a lot of people around me tried tennis. And it feels like fun thing to do. And if you're consistent, you will lose weight 1000%. I'm not a big fan, I guess, of tennis. And plus, I could not find a facility where I can go to the court and just enjoy it. Plus, I live in Austin. It's like 100 degrees in summer, so yeah, hard. Though what did work for me is swimming. I love swimming. I was swimming in my childhood a lot. We had a pool in my school. And it's funny because in my childhood, I was waking up at 6 a.m. in the winter. Like in Belarus, it's cold, it's gray, it's dark. It's not pleasant experience at all. And I was going to this pool from, I think, 2nd grade to 9th grade. So for at least 7 years. And 3 to 4 times a week, something like that. No matter of weather, no matter of what. I actually haven't had any flu or anything until 9th grade, which is basically high school, right? Never ever. My immune system was like, you won't kill me. And I thought that after such experience, I will hate swimming. And now I started going to the pool, trying like how I feel about it, not putting pressure on myself, no freaking work hard thing, just trying to enjoy it. Oh my god, I haven't been training that much in my life. I swam almost each day during summer, and we have like extended summer, right? So almost each day I was swimming. And that is an amazing example of how to work from your heart instead of work hard. When you choose yourself, when you choose elevated emotions, the solution is actually bringing you joy too, no matter what you're doing. So if you're struggling with habits and you feel like all your life is work hard thing, it's not easy to change, but maybe choose something small and try to flip the perspective and see if it's working. People are different. I sincerely believe that we're all different and we have different experiences. different childhood, different habits, and different situations, very different situations. But if that understanding of mine can help even one other person, I think it all made sense, right? So I hope it will help to find more joy. And next time, if you feel like you have to do something, be a little bit more gentle with yourself. We're supposed to live in love here. We're supposed to enjoy this life. And it's very sad that quite often we cannot, unfortunately. But my hope is that the world is changing a lot. And my hope is that it is changing in the way that we all will be able to have those glimpses of joy more often. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here with me throughout this long video. If not my speech, I hope you sincerely enjoy this lights. I bet there will be questions about the pattern. This is a privacy film on my window. I put it on for privacy, but now I feel like I need this on each and every window I have in my house because of those patterns. It's just amazing. I was worrying that it will decrease the amount of light that goes into the house, and I'm a very light dependent person. But no, it's actually creating way more light than not. So, yeah, film, Amazon, really cool thing. Well, okay, that is it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.